You. Oh,
What
you
is
turned that
that?
off. Whoa. All right. We're in the pocket. What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back. This is episode 5 of the Reke and Reem podcast.
Episode 5.
As always, we're happy to see you. We're glad that the fans that we have check in with us.
Yeah, we don't really see you, but you
We
see
don't.
us. But we're glad that you're there.
Yeah.
Glad that you're
Yeah,
there.
good figure speed. I'm glad to see the views, to know that you guys are still with us.
Yeah.
'Cause that's the only way we really see you. Unless you want to, comment, follow us. Reke and Reem Pod, Sound Execution,
Definitely
Sweatsuit
feels
Reke.
good.
Sweatsuit
Sweatsuit Reke, sweatsuit services, sweatsuit whips,
Talk to us, baby. We talk back.
Either or.
All right.
Poison. Let's get into it.
What you want to start with?
Oh, man.
Uh-oh, he shook the paper. It's serious. Let's go.
I don't know. How do we start on these topics that I have? These are very random topics.
Wait. They are. Doesn't Gilbert fight this weekend in Usman?
They're supposed to, yeah.
Right. They're supposed to let somebody get injured in the last 2 days.
Somebody's either going to get injured or there's going to be like, he was in the same room as someone that had COVID a week ago. We got to
Right.
shut down Fight Island.
Right. Yep. Kamaru Usman versus Gilbert Burns. This is
Hold on. Before we even get into that,
what up?
how was your day today?
Mm.
Let's start there. How about that? Let's start on a personal level. How are we feeling before we just start talking about some shit? Set the tone.
It was pretty good. It hit the wall a little bit. Early on, got saved by a little baby slice of pizza, low key.
Yo, eating at work is lit. When you're not eating food that's not yours at work is the best feeling ever.
That's interesting.
Cause when you bring your own lunch, it's like, yay, my lunch, but it's your lunch. When somebody gives you some shit,
yeah, I feel
it
that.
just adds.
It just tastes better.
It makes you feel like
it tastes better because it's not yours.
I feel like that kid that had to take something to the staff lounge, and they happened to be having a party when I had to drop something off, and then the cool teacher was like,
you want a piece of cake?
Yeah, you got a piece of cake. Don't tell nobody though.
Right.
Eat it before you get back to class.
Yeah,
I come back to class.
It ran a little longer than I anticipated, just the day as a whole. But overall it was good. I think when you're growing, you're growing and progressing. You're always gonna have new and different challenges. So
Oh yeah,
that's always a good sign.
it's Mercury retrograde. Been on some shit patch.
Is that how your day went?
Not my day. More so the days leading to the day.
Can
Just been real hazy.
we talk about this bonnet?
Let's talk about the bonnet.
Okay.
I got a bonnet on. Next topic.
All right.
But no, I got my hair twisted up. So I'm trying to grow it out and get some my main goal is 2005 Trey Songz cornrows.
Weren't those the ones that were like banana size?
Yes. Think about the I don't want to leave, but I got to go right now video. I don't want to leave, but I got to
don't
go
remember.
right now. He basically had like 8 just fat jumps.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what I'm going for.
All right, fair enough. Sweet.
That's also why I've been working out so much. Because I want to walk around like Trey Songz did back when he had the tank top. That was like his only shirt. Remember that?
Trying to live the cheap life. I think that was just the style then. I
It
think
was.
everybody was doing that,
But
whether
you
they look like Trey Songz or not.
That's when everybody was randomly strong, or at least looked strong. Or maybe we was just getting too small. Yo, that was the era of too small tank tops. Wife beaters. For real. Niggas was wearing them shits that was cutting off their chest circulation.
Were they? Oh, yeah, you're probably right.
Of course. Now it's all about baggy shit again. It's amazing.
Is it?
But let's
Whatever.
get back to who knows.
Whatever.
But yeah, I had a good day. I was reading. I got some time to read today, funny enough. Like on my downtime. Got a little bit deeper into the laws of human nature. That's a book that
Is this your second pass, or you finished, or have you not finished it yet?
I have yet to finish that book.
All right.
That is a book that requires. I'm hoping to finish it this weekend.
All right, respect.
I'm definitely gonna try to finish it this weekend because I don't got nowhere to go. So I'm gonna post up.
Good 4
finish
days.
that. That's a book I recommend every human being on earth reads. granted, if every human being on Earth reads it, then there's gonna be no need for it because people are gonna start to correct themselves because they're gonna read about themselves.
You want to know what's so sad though?
What?
That I think I've gotten to page 5. As long as I've had that book.
That shit is deep because like
I'm inspired.
every page you go through is some shit that's relevant.
Yeah.
In it might not be with you, but it's relevant with somebody you know, and it's just like, damn.
Does it have the things on the side, or like all the little side notes, footnotes?
Yeah, they're not on the side. They're more so like it'll be
But
smaller
like
text and
colors.
stuff. Yeah, it's a great book. It's a great book. I recommend reading to everybody. But that's a weird general. I recommend reading to everybody. But yeah, I recommend that the laws of human nature, the subtle act of not giving a fuck.
Someone recommended that to me a long time ago.
Great book. I finished that. It's a great book. It's helped my thinking. It's helped shape some of my thinking today. I need to get back to it. And The Art of Saying No. 3 good reads.
That's important. People don't know how to say no.
Very good reads.
When you learn how to say no, it's so liberating.
Saying no is important because you say no to others to say yes to yourself. That's a part of what I've learned. You got to say yes to yourself by saying no to other people. Drop the pencil there. It's all good. Gonna go behind this right here, and I'm back.
It reminds me of the conversation we had the other day. How, like I said, you find out who your friends are for real when they ask you to do something, you tell them no, or a person asks you to do something, you tell them no, because you know if they're your actual friend, they're just gonna respect the boundary and be like, all right, word, and just ask someone else, and then it's they might give you some shit about it, but it's okay, whatever, move on.
Yeah.
But what it seems, in my experience, it feels like when someone asks you to do something or asks for a favor and you tell them no and they get really upset about it, it's because it feels like they've already decided in their mind that you're the person that should do it, even if there's other people that can, and then they just decide to be mad and stay mad. So really, then our whole thing is just about me doing something for you.
It all comes back down to niggas is just lazy.
Yeah, for sure. But like, so lazy you can't ask another person?
Yeah.
Dog.
Yeah. That's the sad part. I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure.
We lazy, man. Lazy introverts.
That's why I said don't be nice, because people just assume they're gonna be able to get whatever they want out of you. Nah, bro.
No.
Be dangerous. And control yourself.
One of the topics I had written down, we kind of brushed over his name because I was talking about his hair. Trey Songz has been out in these streets lately.
Didn't he beat up a cop?
He beat up a cop, and then he posted his sex tape. What perks is he on? 30s? 40s? He's on them perk.
Yo, let's go.
He's on them perk 50s, dog.
I feel like
I love it.
That's not gonna.
I love it.
That happened once. No one else is gonna be able to blow up off a sex tape anymore. Kim did that. She milked it. It's over.
He did, but like, isn't that hilarious how certain R&B singers can just do absolutely thug shit and no one will look at them like, oh, that nigga's crazy.
Because
like,
he
has
sing.
A beautiful voice.
Right.
That shit is amazing. What is it about being an R&B singer? I'm going to start singing more.
You should.
Then I'm going to start doing nut shit and see what happens.
Just don't make it drugs. Like D'Angelo, a whole song about heroin.
Oh, he was on that shit.
Brown Sugar?
I didn't know that was about girl. Bro, man, I thought that was about a girl.
It was just written very well.
Your brown sugar. Okay, that is a heroin scream.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll give you that.
Yo, I didn't even register. Yeah, but Brown Sugar, babe, I get high for low. I don't know how to behave.
Okay, all right.
It's all good.
I always wonder, like, what. See, I understand with certain people when it comes to injuries and the certain prescriptions that they're given, drugs have drugs in them.
Yeah.
But like, I be wondering how certain people be getting the
drugs
heroin.
have drugs in them. All right, go ahead.
Drugs do have drugs in them
for sure.
But like, I be wondering how certain people get to certain drugs. Like how do you get to heroin? Like, that is
I don't know, gateway drugs. I don't know. I mean,
what is a gateway drug, man?
Right. So what they say is that it's a drug. You try it, and then once you can't get high enough off it anymore, you try other stuff. And so that's what they try. They try to say weed is a gateway drug, but I've never met a person that's like, yo, or that has said, yo, weed doesn't get me high enough anymore. Let me try some coke. It's like, no, if you're just the kind of person who's going to do drugs and try shit, you're going to do drugs and try shit. And then maybe you start, but I don't know anyone that smokes a lot of weed that just does other drugs just cause.
Everyone that I know that smokes a lot of weed.
I tried this. I'll try other things.
You know the fun? Everyone I know that smokes a lot of weed and they get to a point where like, I'm not really getting high no more. You know what they
smoking.
do? Yeah, they're like, I'm going to take a break.
Yeah.
Like literally it's just like, I'll take a couple month break. See,
it's getting too expensive.
And then usually after the couple month break, they're not really a smoker anymore. Either they're not really a smoker or they come back full force and it's like, yo, dabs. Yo, edibles.
Right.
It's weed is a gateway to the fridge.
Yo.
And the couch.
Yo.
And your panties. I'm on some shit, Patch. It's Friday for me.
Yo, no bull though. I remember talking this girl I met in college, and then we were out of contact, and we got back in contact, and she was just telling me about, her adventures, whatever. She's like, yeah, I was talking to this dude trying to figure out what, he invited me over, and then like we were smoking. That's also hit you with the smoking stroke. Yeah.
That shit crazy.
I was like, yo, how many times something gonna happen and you just keep falling for it over and over again? Like, does nobody talk about this?
That's all.
Because I know, like, I don't know.
See,
I don't know. You would think that these women would share this story. Like this is the setup.
Mm-mm. See, they do, but the way they talk about, those be the hoes that as soon as they say shit, it's out of their brain. Like, you know what I mean? Like, every experience they have, they immediately call their girlfriend, talk about it, and then they forget about it the next day.
Yeah, but what about the girlfriends?
They just be like, oh, this bitch just be talking.
The sad part is you're probably right.
Girls really don't listen to each other.
Yo, let me. Okay, you're right.
That's why
right.
That's why their guy best friend end up being like the end of the like the one, because he's like, you fucking retarded, right? Like that be the voice of reason. And then even at that point, they still don't listen.
No, you're right.
Me. Okay.
My favorite is just if you watch that, a group of women they'll just talk over each other, and don't let nobody finish, and then later on you get the story. Man, I hate those bitches. Like, yo, so why do you hang out with them? Those are my girls. Yo, what? Never.
Man.
Let me walk away from a group of people talking about I hate everybody. Y'all are not gonna see me again.
Bro, I don't even know.
That's wild.
I don't even know.
Yo, so what?
That shit crazy. That shit is crazy. Shit. Speaking about heroin,
the choices we make.
The choices we make, man. Speaking about heroin, I had this thought. That sounds crazy.
I'm listening.
I was thinking about this idea of, now I'm rather young to think about this, so this will probably come back in like 10 years. Like, I think this is a thought that
share the thought.
You're right. The most illegal time of your life.
Yo.
Not the most illegal thing that you've done, but the most illegal time in your life. This time in your life where you were just out here. Just out here with all of the shits. Whatever those shits may have been, but you was just with them. What time was that for you? See, for me, in my short 23 years of life, it was my senior year of high school up until about my junior year of college. Those 4 years, I was with all the shits. All of them. Now, not all of them, but I was with a lot of them.
Yeah, so interesting. I think I had a couple periods, but the one I'm thinking of right now is probably from 7th to 10th grade.
7th to 10th grade?
Yeah.
That's an interesting. Okay, that's young illegal. So that means it was like really illegal. Like you was really out. Like they had to nip that shit in the bud. Or you would be like on America's Most Wanted list.
Yeah.
That's a great time to be illegal though.
Is it,
Yeah.
bro? If I went to juvie, I would. Yo, I
Yeah,
would.
But that's the thing. Do you know what
My
you
life
have
would
to
have
do?
been over.
See,
I would have came out a terrible individual.
I'm sure. But do you know what you have to do to go to juvie as a child? You have to like run away 8 times and stab the mailman.
Just
Like
come
if you
back
cut
home.
class a couple times.
Gotcha.
Yeah. No, you got to be like a delinquent. Like you got to be damn near running a gang of little 6th graders
Oh.
to go to juvie.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never threatened with juvie, but there was a lot going on.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like you got to be on some shit.
Yeah,
To go to juvie. But
yeah, that was probably the time.
those be the most fun times because it's a sad time. It's
Probably
like
right about that too.
it's lit, but it's like what I experienced. That was my most saddest.
So what I thought of
That was when I was like at my saddest.
your senior year of high school?
My senior year of high school up until my junior year of college.
I mean, like emotionally sad, or is in saddest in terms of just sucking at life?
both.
Okay.
Both.
I don't know if I can handle that story right now.
Hey man, now, why am I laughing?
But I'll tell you, I don't know either.
This?
I'll tell you this though. This is a super light story from that time period.
Yeah.
I think it was when I first started smoking. There was a kid in my neighborhood named Sam, and
Sam. There was a kid in my neighborhood named Sam too.
and there was a 7-Eleven maybe like a mile away. We used to walk to it all the time. So he came through or something. I don't remember what it was, but I told my dad, I was like, I'm about to go to 7-Eleven. It's like 10. Bro, I came back at 2 o'clock, right? Let me tell you.
2 in the morning?
Yeah. So I come in the house. I was sleeping in the basement, so you had to go down a few stairs, and then there's like a kind of, it's actually, now I think about it, there's like a welcoming area for his office, but he was in his office. So you go down to the welcoming area, and then you go down again to the basement. So I go down. I was like, yo, I'm back. He was like, oh, you're back home, huh? I was like, yeah. It's like, all right, like, see you later. It took me all the way until I got down into my bedroom to be like, oh shit, I'm high as hell. I was like, yo, it was just out of my mind. The next time, I was like, yeah, I'm about to go kick with Sam. You go, tell Sam, bring me some. I said, what? It's like, all right.
Hey, shout out to Pops.
That was.
See, that's the kind
relatively speaking, that was a super, super light incident.
Hey, you said 10th grade or you were 10?
No. That happened, I would say, probably 9th grade.
Okay.
But yeah, I just remember
early.
like I was gone, but
Oh,
I was
early.
like I forgot that I was, and then it wasn't until after, because I got in my room, I was like, why is he smirking at me like that? And then I remembered that I was just done.
Let's say, yeah, you can't see your eyes.
It wasn't even at that point I didn't even know your eyes turned red. I was just cooked. I was so cooked that I forgot.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
like
why I retired.
He probably just looked at you and was like, Jesus Christ, look at his eyes.
Yeah,
and you was like, hey, Dad.
Yeah, pretty much. He got a kick out of it, so whatever.
See, that's the type of dad you gotta have. The dad that's gonna laugh when you do some nut shit. I just hit my tooth. That kind of hurt.
Okay.
But
I mean,
let me see.
we grew to that stage because he didn't always laugh when I was doing nut shit. But
true.
all
It
right.
depends on the nut shit you're doing though.
Also true.
Because there's some nut shit that's constructive nut shit, and then there's destructive nut shit. We can agree to disagree.
No,
Or
it's
we
not.
can
It's not. I'm
agree.
just thinking about what I was doing and how it would fall into those categories, and I'm trying to figure out what the balance was. But it's okay. We don't got to go there.
Yeah, we don't have to balance out the nut.
Well, okay. There we go. That's a segue. Speaking of, I don't even want to know what you said. But speaking of productive nut shit, shout out to the youngest ball who is hooping right now.
He is. Shout out to Young Mello.
Low key, that's the only games I really make sure that I check for are the Hornets games.
You know what's gotten weird? I don't mean to cut you off, but you know what has gotten weird about the NBA? 3-pointers are like
Regular?
Not even it's regular, but it's like that's like the new dunk in a way. Like the way people be celebrating people hitting threes now. You're like, whoa! Like,
what's also because they're more. I feel like it's because people aren't toe hugging the line anymore. They're just letting it fly, and then it's just you gotta wait, right? Because you shoot a dunk, it's like he jumps and oh bang, okay, he got him. But a three is all anticipation.
It is all
Just let it
anticipation.
fly.
But like R.J. Hampton the other day when he put it on, whatever the Cleveland European, whatever, yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about.
some European dude that plays in Cleveland. R.J. Hampton, cuz he didn't go to
Yeah.
college. He went overseas. Now he's played with the Nuggets.
Just like LaMelo Ball. Go ahead.
Yes, put it on like this was one of those posters that like I thought.
Oh, it was a dunk.
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought he was gonna break homeboy's hand.
Mm.
Those are the posters I like when
Yeah.
like the timing is like a split second from somebody getting injured. It's amazing.
Fair
See,
enough.
that's real timing. That's real anticipation.
Yeah.
You just throw the ball up. That shit might go straight up. That shit might hit the rim. That shit might hit the ref.
Maybe.
But if it goes in, it's beautiful.
Balling
It
out
is beautiful.
is
But yeah, shout out to the ball, bro.
after the third or fourth game, me and my uncle were arguing on the phone. And he was like, man, whatever, he can't shoot. Of course, the next game he had 28. And then he said something ridiculous. So I told him, I was like, look, in 20 games, he's going to be starting.
Yeah.
On the 20th game, he had a gang of points. I think he had 29, and they almost won. Or they, whatever it was. It was a big game.
Yeah.
And the 21st game, he was starting. He's been starting ever since. And
Nah,
he's been balling. The last game he had like 7 threes, which is like the rookie record or something like that. Been shooting, I don't know, some high 40s.
7 threes with no warm up.
Oh yeah, true.
Came in on some Larry Bird
True.
shit. I
Yeah.
need to take the warm ups
Yeah,
off.
so
though.
congrats to him. What's funny is I think that him playing so well has also inspired Zoe.
It has to.
Yeah,
You can't be
have
the
your
number
youngest
two,
brother
yeah.
hooping. Yeah,
You can't be the number 2 pick and your little brother, like the baby brother, not the middle one, the baby, came in as the number 3, didn't go to college. Everybody thought he was going to be some shit.
I don't know about that.
They
but
didn't think he was going to be some shit, but it was it was either stud or bust.
Right.
There was no in between. There was no like, oh, he'll just be a solid player. It was either he's going to be a stud or he needs to ship his ass back to Lithuania.
You know what's funny though, that the NBA media doesn't even talk about Zion anymore. Like at all.
Because there's nothing to talk about.
Okay.
There's nothing to talk about.
Fair
He
enough.
is Charles Barkley. Well,
That's a good point.
He's Charles Barkley
A little more hops.
2.5
Mm.
because he facilitates the game a little bit better than Charles. He has a better looking shot than Charles. They both couldn't really shoot
Still looks
until
like a
they
struggle
got
shot, but yeah.
Yeah, they both couldn't really shoot until they got into the league for a few years, but he's Charles Barkley 2.5. Everybody wanted him to be LeBron because he was dunking on little white kids in high school, and then he dunked on a bunch of kids at Duke for a year, and now he's dunked on a bunch of skinny centers
His
in the
first
NBA
shot
for
at
a
Duke
year.
was a make, and it was a 3-pointer.
It was.
Yeah.
And then everything after that was a dunk and a layup.
Hey.
He shot the 3 to tell y'all, leave me alone, and they messed with him more. I will never forget though. I ain't never. No, that's a lie. Cause Manu Ginobili did it. I was about to say I ain't never seen nobody jab step and rip through their shoe. That's a powerful foot right there.
Oh, yeah.
But Manu
true.
Ginobili did it. But Europeans
He got
have
them sharp
oddly
soccer
strong
feet.
legs.
All that soccer, baby.
Yeah.
Let's we have to jump into
And
your
they
last little piece
and
before
they
we get out of here.
Yeah. So I've been. Oh yeah. Congratulations to LaMelo Ball. Let's wrap that up like gentlemen. But today, I was having some conversations with some friends about some recent incidents with police officers and just
That's the sound of the beast.
and them just being extra. Cause I've been through it. I've dealt with the stop and frisk before. I've been harassed, all that stuff. I've never been assaulted, but I've been harassed before.
Same.
And that shit is annoying.
Mostly in my car, actually.
All exclusively in my car.
Yeah.
It's only happened to me in the car. Cause yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be whipping that thing, but I was still harassed. But I digress. Like I was thinking about it because I remember once I got into a fender bender on somewhere near Franklin Street. and it was like I hit. Funny enough, I hit an undercover cop. I hit an undercover Fed. He was driving a Pontiac, and he got out the joint. It was black tents. It was an Asian dude. He was like, "Well, this is a federal car." And I was like, "What you mean?" He was like, I'm a federal agent." And I was like, "Oh shit."
What does that actually mean? Like, thanks for the information, my guy. What does that actually mean?
Yeah, I guess he's just trying to tell the young black man, like, "You're in some shit now, Patch."
Right.
But
Or
literally
you should
no.
be very afraid, but I'm not, sir.
Yeah, I'm not at all. But police officer came, and like across the street, this random black dude that was walking just stopped, and he was standing there staring for the entire time. Like he was just watching it happen. And once the lady left, he came over to us, and he was like, "Oh, I was just making sure that like they ain't try to do nothing to you and nobody saw it." And when he said that, I was like, "Yo, black people really are united." I love that. I appreciated that. The one time I was being harassed, it was by my house, and told me to get out the car, doing all the extra stuff. It was some people. There's a Chipotle and a KFC across the street from my house.
Yeah.
Across the street from my neighborhood, and it was some dude I guess lives in my neighborhood was walking to work. He stopped. I didn't see him, but like he was like standing there watching while what was going on. And then at the end, when we getting back in the car, he walks by and he's like, "Yeah, I'm glad they finally let y'all go. Like, I'm glad they didn't do no extra shit." So I was like, "You was watching?" He was like, "Yeah, I was watching just to make sure nothing was going crazy." And I was like, "Damn, I appreciate that." And then it made me think, like, I wonder if that is that's something that like unfortunately connects black people now. It's like when you see a black person getting pulled over, like
Having to
my
act as
thought
surveillance.
now, my thought now is, all right, let me pull over and let me make sure that no crazy shit happen. Cause like I feel bad when I just pull past it now, given the recent times.
I know what you mean.
Like when I'm driving and I look over and I see like a black dude getting pulled over, or like a young black dude, and it looks like they about to, in my mind, it looks like they about to mess with him. Like I always want to turn a rack and just kind of just watch it. But I don't want to do that because I don't want to bring the wrong energy onto the situation. You know what I mean?
You just gotta study the law so you can make sure they're not breaking rules.
Exactly. It was happening on the way over here. Somebody was getting pulled over. They had my man standing outside. They going through his car.
Yeah.
He's standing there like there's nothing in the car. Like I'll be like, he's just telling them like nothing. You can see him ripping through shit, and it's just like I don't know. I guess what I was gonna say is like.
Yeah.
What do you do like when you see that? Like what how do you feel when you see shit like that? Like when you see somebody getting pulled over?
I definitely feel the same. There's been a couple times that I've stopped. And then honestly once I felt like it was straight, I bounced. Not gonna lie. But yeah, to your points, when I roll by or I see somebody pulled over and there's mad cars, I'm just like, damn. Like
Yeah, like
yeah.
It's like sometimes it feels like I have to go out of my way to stop,
Yeah.
and then that's gonna make it hot.
Yeah.
And I don't want to make it hot.
Yeah. So for me, it's just like I said a second ago.
But you have.
It
to
makes
make
me
it hot.
want to study to study the law enough to be able to help what's the word I'm looking for? Just to help manage the situation.
Yeah.
In terms of, oh yeah, y'all can't do that. Cut it out.
Yeah.
Like, why are y'all here? And then, if you really know, then, and they know they'll chill out.
They will.
One of the things my dad always said when I was younger, he said there's 5 words that'll always keep you out of trouble is yes, no, please, and thank you. And so I do the same thing.
Making sure.
Oh, there was one time where I was arguing with a cop, and he was just wilding. He swore up and down I was doing 40 and a 25, and he lost it when I said, "Yeah, the 25 doesn't start," or I said the sign for the 25 is right there. And you know how maybe it is just me, but usually how people take what I say, I guess he took that like I was being condescending, because he was basically outside the car jumping up and down to the point where like a sergeant came by. I was like, "Yo, is everything good?" He told me, "Yeah, everything's fine." He's like, "Okay." Just left. And so I had to like print out maps and draw all this stuff, send a picture and whatever. But like when I was living with my mom in Western Mass in the mountains, I remember getting pulled over, and dude was just big angry for some reason. I don't know why. It's like, what? Can nobody read my name on my license? What is your name? And he said some bullshit, and I was like, no. And then, so where do you live?
Right there.
Right there. And he's like, go home. I was like, oh, okay. Like, why are you mad? But
just be looking.
Yeah, I do get,
man.
For the most part though, I avoid ornery cops. They used to pull me over a lot around there because I don't know, probably because just DWB. One time I got pulled over and I had a monster in the console.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, what is that? I was like, oh, it's a monster.
Yeah,
he goes, what's that? It's an energy drink. You never heard of it? And I handed it to him. And he looked at it. He's like, all right. He gave it back. I was like, I ain't playing no games with you. Because I like, for me, when people be like, none of your business. Like, bro, it's an energy drink. I don't care. Just take it. Like,
yeah.
Do what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And what? Oh, and also, if I'm speeding and I see lights, I just pull over. Because one time I blew past the cop. He was hiding behind one of those big pillars on the highway. There was no one else on the road. And I was a mile down the road before he even was able to come out of the divot. I just pulled over on the shoulder and just waited. He was like, I was like, I'm late for work. Yeah. And he goes, you know what the speed limit is? I was like, I don't know, 60? Yo, the speed limit is 60 miles an hour nowhere in this state. I was like, I don't know. Okay, well, what is it then? 55, some bullshit. I was like, all right.
Yeah, 5 off.
He was just bored.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, well, just slow down in the future. Like, thanks.
They need to start like a police Olympics to keep these niggas entertained. Because, like, they just be outside and just sitting around with nothing
quotas,
to do.
Baby.
That's the issue. What the fuck is a quota for a police officer? Your job is to serve. They're not accountants. Like, why do we have why do we have people whose job is to protect and serve, but we give them the responsibilities of like an accountant? Like, you have to meet this number of pullovers a day. That means you want people speeding.
Tax the poor.
That means you want people speeding. That means you want people committing crimes. That means you want people to be arrested. This shit is fucked.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's that. It's funny hearing you say it that way. We got to wrap soon, I guess, but it's that same conclusion can be arrived to if you think about how the money is spent. Because if there was more resources, more education, or more resources and more education and more access to just opportunity, we wouldn't need as much police or policing. We wouldn't need as many police or as much policing. But really, if you don't spend money on educating and uplifting the people that need it, then you're going to have to spend money, creating jobs or paying for jobs in policing, which in turn just exacerbate the problem. It's a vicious cycle. A vicious cycle. And then the worst part about it though is I didn't even realize this. The other way it's a tax on the poor is because the folks that police the neighborhoods don't live in the neighborhoods.
Not at all.
In our in our case it's folks coming from Mo County being police officers in Southeast, but like remember their salaries are paid with the taxes from that area. So all that money that comes from that area to pay for the police officers then leaves and goes back into those neighborhoods because that's where they're spending the money. So all whatever federal dollars come in, whatever tax dollars come in to pay for those jobs, immediately leaves because it leaves with the people and goes where those people spend it, and they're not required to live where they police. And so
all I say is think about Baltimore.
Backwards.
That's all I gotta say is think
Same
about
thing.
Baltimore, and they just be shipping police in from around the country.
Yep,
just the worst of the worst. Baltimore is like the Flint tropics of policing. I had to end it on a light note. Yeah, the Baltimore police station is their police force is like the Flint tropics. Like it's just a band of people. There's like one good cop, Coffee Black, aka Andre Benjamin, aka Andre 3000. Andre 3000 is the fucking say. I didn't even Yo, we gotta talk about Stacks on the next episode.
How he's the most interesting person since Basquiat.
Yes, he's the most interesting artist since Basquiat. I stand on that. But to end the pod,
all right, y'all.
Fuck the police. Yeah, fuck the police.
Oh, okay.
Fuck the police.
Big mad today.